Hey, it's Dan McDonald, Life Regenerator here on YouTube. I really appreciate your presence on the show today. Today we're going to be discussing which juicer is best. Before I get started, I want to give all you hardcore viewers one last chance to pick up Thriving in a Dying World. How to achieve true health. True health. It's very rare these days. In a world of confusion, deception, and misinformation. It's available on my website right now, only $29. It's everything I'm not able to share on the internet due to the censorship. So go pick that up, get the truth, educate yourself, set yourself free. Thank you very much. There's a link down below to pick that up. So I have my 3 babies here. Okay, in the last 25 years that I've been juicing every single day, of course I've missed a few days here and there due to circumstances, of course. But for 25 years, I've been doing the daily juicing habit. My parents bought me a champion juicer by some stroke of miraculous divinity, and it completely transformed my lives. My life. It's been many lives though. Many lives to get to this point. Incredible what we go through in modern society. I mean, I've had like 30 different careers. You know, and the things that I've gone through to end up here is a miracle. And you want to know something? I'll tell you the truth. Personally, I owe it all to the liquid love and the liquid light and the divine consciousness in these fresh, organic foods that I've been doing for 25 years organic. I read a few books way back then and I was like, definitely ain't trying to get no DDT up in my head. So I was against DDT and I was against glyphosate and pesticides the whole time. So I've been juicing organic fruits and vegetables every day for 25 years and it has literally transformed my life. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me that day when they bought me that juicer and I started making carrot juice, carrot juice, carrot juice. Then I made carrot apple juice, carrot apple juice. Then I made carrot apple ginger juice and I was like, oh, that was in heaven. And I actually had that today for breakfast. So juicing daily is awesome. It's a supplement. It starts to awaken your consciousness. It brings information and energy in a liquid form that can help to begin to transform your gut, which then brings in the outside world of the living constituents and the gifts of nature into your inner ecosystem, and you absorb and utilize everything without having to take any of the muscle fibers, the peristalsis in your gut, to break down and absorb. So it is a supplement. It is a liquid, nutritional, bioactive, total regenerative liquid, living liquid, and living minerals and living water into the gut to replenish the blood, energize and reactivate the mind by bringing in that information and that energy, which then feeds the brain. Then the brain can start making better decisions because it's bringing in the living consciousness of the living foods, and then the thoughts become the living thoughts. Then you wakey and you see what's going on around you. Then you can start going, whoa, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to go to that restaurant. I ain't going to eat fast food, fried food, or grandma's deviled eggs. Because I don't know what kind of mayonnaise she's putting in there. And I don't know what kind of rotten food I'm getting into my gut. And so all that food that's rotten sitting on the shelves that's not meant to decompose, that has emulsifiers and additives and preservatives and chemicals and toxins, you can begin to wash it away with fresh, organic fruit and vegetable juices. So, which juicer is the best? This is my Green Star, my baby. I love the Green Star. It is a workhorse. I have friends that have Green Stars that are 20 years old. This is probably my third Omega. I burned a couple out. This is $500. It makes great juice. You got to cut things a little smaller. And it's a little bit harder to clean because the screen. But what I do is I get me this big old bad boy right here. Checka, 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 checka. And in about 20 or 30 seconds, the only part that's really hard to clean is the screen. And then it's done. And the cleaning of the juicer is nothing. I love it. It's part of the fun for me. It's part of the ritual. It's part of the meditation. It's not a problem. I don't even think of it. I don't know why other people do. You just filled your body and saturated your body with liquid light. Cleaning up after that shouldn't mean much to you at all. This is my favorite juicer, personally. The extraction is the best. It is $500. It's quite an investment. If you're going to do the daily juicing habit, which I recommend that you do, this is an epic juicer. This is an Omega 8006. It is also available at my website, regenerateyourlife.org. I just picked this bad boy up about a few weeks ago because I was in LA in a motel room in Beverly Hills, and the juice bars, I mean, DTM, there is nobody on earth that makes juices like I do. It just doesn't happen. It's never happened. I've never seen it anywhere. I've been here, there, everywhere. I've never seen people that know how to take these fresh fruits, vegetables, herbs, and nuts and seeds too for the nut milks and stuff, and make the type of food and juices and liquid enlightenment that I make personally. So I'm in this room and I'm going to these juice bars and it's like, you know, it ain't what it is, you know, because here's one of the greatest secrets of all time, is that the quicker you drink the juice, the more of the liquid sunlight, the more of the etheric biophotonic believe me, just because people can't see it because the third eye's not awakened, when your third eye wakes up from the water fasting and the long-term juice cleansing, it takes longer with the juice cleansing, but the water fasting, that'll pop, turn your light bulb on more than anything else. But the juicing will nourish and cleanse. It's just that the water fasting totally removes the deposits on all of your glands in your brain and all the sediment in your brain, and it takes a while. You know, juicing takes about 10 times as long as water fasting, and water fasting takes about 3 times as long as dry fasting. But when you wake up and your eye is awakened, you go outside and you see. And I can go to the grocery store, and that's why it's like, I'll go to the grocery store with a list, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this for dinner. And then I go to the grocery store and it's like, here's these papayas, and they're like, and I know those papayas just came in off the truck and they were just picked a day or 2 or 3 ago, and they're the highest vibrational thing in the store. I throw my list away and I get those. Why? Because I'm all about the vibration. Why do I just say, okay, I have a truck full of coconuts that are 3 or 4 days old? Listen, I'll give those to my friends and all the tourists. I'm DTM. I'm going to the tree. I'm plucking off a fatty, a freshie is what we call it. You twist that fatty, you cut it open right off the tree because it's still connected to the electrical circuit. So the fresher the food, the better the mood, because that has the liquid hydrogen. That's the concentrated sunlight. And when you burst the cell walls open with the teeth on this juicer, and with your teeth in your mouth as well, those gases enter in to the food. Now, do I drink sometimes a lemon ginger blast that's 3 days old? Yes, I will. If I was a trucker, would I have juices in my cooler? You bet I would. What if I was a teacher? Would I make my juice the night before and drink it the next day and the day after? You bet your butt I would. Why? Because the juice you make at home, you fill it to the top with a little bit of citrus juice. That is 10 times better than the stuff that you're getting at the grocery store that's been pasteurized. It's dead. All the gases are gone. All the living minerals are gone. You want the living life force. And that's why the juicing is so awesome, because you drink it. It's liquid sunlight. It's liquid life force. It purifies and animates the blood. This ain't a vegan thing. This ain't a carnivore thing. This ain't an omnivore thing. This is like every human being can be blessed by the living liquids, whether it's fruit sugar, low sugar vegetable juices, whatever your trip is. The living water in those living foods is the most hydrating, sunlight giving, life force animating, blood purifying elements that you can get. I bought this in LA because I was looking at the stuff at the grocery store and I was looking at the juice bar stuff and I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to make it here. It was cool. I would have made it. I was going to make it. But I am a vitalist. That's the thing. All these other dudes are nutritionists. It's cool. They're looking about carbs, fats, and protein. I love me some carb, fats, and protein. Don't get me wrong. I'll eat some carbs, some bananas. I'll eat some protein. I love me some almonds. I love me some Life Essentials or some Puridyne protein, hemp seeds, whatever. I love fat. I got some bomb-ass avocados. I was going to bust one out and show you. I'll stay on track here. I love me some carbs, some proteins, and fat. But I want my almonds soaked and sprouted, activated. I want my fruit fresh off the tree. I want my vegetables as freshly picked. Then when I go to make my liquid supplement, I got the freshest, highest vibration. Vitalism. It's a whole nother level in the ball game, baby. And ain't none of these nutritionists getting it. They are counting mathematical numbers. I'm like, I don't give a crap. I want the electrical, sunlight, divine consciousness in these oranges, papayas, bananas, whatever's freshly picked right off the tree. Whatever is the freshest. That's what I want. Because it isn't about the carbs, the protein, the fat, the minerals, or any of that stuff. And human beings are going to start to see this soon. It's about the sunlight energy. And that's why hardly any human beings have their light body activated. So get the fresh food and juice it and eat it and activate your light body. If you really want to get jacked up, do some water fasting. 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, 30 days, 40 days. How do I know? Because I did it. I'm not telling you to do it until you're ready and your consciousness is ready. It's going to be 17 years to work up. 3 days here, 7 days here, 10 days here, 14 days here, 18 days, 21. And then by the time I did that, I was like, the 40-day fast was just nothing. It was easy as pie. And that's when I totally changed everything. And I ain't been the same since. So I'm still trying to, anchor that experience in. Word. So I don't even know what I was telling you about, but I'm just saying, you have so much potential that I want to just encourage you, whatever you think that is. I'm not trying to tell anybody. I get it. I got all my friends. I got my girlfriend. I got everybody. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're not doing what I'm doing, but they're trying to do some of what I'm doing. And the little bit of what they're doing, what I'm teaching, is helping them a lot. And when you do it at these levels with these dudes that inspire me, that we're freaks of nature, okay? The energy, the life force, the consciousness, sattva. Praise be to thee, O Lord Most High. Can you dig it? So, I'm a rambling man. That's what I like to do because I want my hardcore viewers to get educated and illuminated with the truth. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, I make money on my products and stuff, but I care. And I love this knowledge. And so I'm sharing it, And this is the real. So it's not like I'm trying to make these little bullet point videos, which my career would be 1,000 times better if I played the YouTube game, but I really feel like a true educator. And I can't help myself. It's not about bullet points and snippets. That's the ego. That's the waste your time on social media, entertain your brain, and waste your life away. I listen to these dudes for hours over and over and over again so I can pound this information in my head so it becomes anchored into my heart and anchored into my mind, and it becomes my subconscious choice-making, decision-making paradigm. And I want to pound it into you by watching these videos over and over again. I could make 2-minute little videos. Hey, get the juicing and make the life force energy in your body with the juicing and everything, and I could be done. But I want to do what I do. And so I'm doing it. Damn it. Ha. Okay, that's my frustrations, you know? Like, I'm an educator, dude. I want you to be empowered. It has taken me repetition. I've done nothing but run up against the wall, fall down, get back up, and go again to get to this point where I'm sober off drugs. I'm radiantly healthy. I'm happy. You know? And I have a good life, but it always wasn't that way. I had to work. And I know my teachers, they did for me what I'm doing for you right now. So let's get to the second thing, which is the Omega. LA, bought it as an emergency, was telling the story. I went to the farmer's market, and it was like, "Ba-da, hallelujah." And the apples were just popping. And the celery was like, because I'm over here. We don't grow celery here in Hawaii. It just don't grow. I'm over there. The celery looks like it's so beautiful that it's fake. It's like I haven't seen celery that fresh. I'm looking at these herbs. Oh, I don't even see any of these foods. We don't get apples this fresh. And the apples are just freshly picked that day. The celery, freshly picked that day. All those herbs, the fennel, the huge beets, everything just... And I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm like, whatever the hell that thing was. I remember I said it on the last video. I didn't remember. One of those places that sells all that stuff, the kitchen stuff and all that stuff. I don't even remember now again. I would call them up and say, yo. I looked on the line. They're like, yo. I was like, yo, you got an Omega in stock? They're like, we don't have one. We don't have one. I find one. I get on my bike. I was like, fine. I found one. And they're like, yes, we have it in stock. I said, put that on hold for me. There's only one left. I think this one was like, I don't know, $3.50 or something. But I saw those fresh fruits and vegetables. I wasn't planning on buying a juicer. I would have brought my own in a suitcase. But I just bring one backpack when I travel for 3 weeks. Everything fits in one backpack. That's how I roll. But I was like over there, and I was like, I got to get my lemon ginger blast on because these fools are blasting me. I got to keep my lungs working with some of this, parsley and some of this arugula to keep my lungs right with all this fallout, and there's not a breath of fresh air in the whole place till you go out to Santa Monica and just go right to the edge of the ocean. You're like, oh, Jesus, I can breathe, you know what I'm saying? When you're in Beverly Hills, you're like, there's just not one breath of fresh air, man. You know? So I'm like, okay, I got to get through this 2 weeks. I bought this sucker. I went to the store. I took it out of the box. I fit it into my backpack. I had my little bike. Better to ride a bike in LA, too. That was getting faster. I rented a car the last 2 days. And I was just like, wow, it's actually faster to be on a bike in LA than it is to be in a car. So anyways, I bought this juicer. I had all those fresh fruits and vegetables, and I went back and I made a gallon. I bought this big old gallon jar, and I made a gallon of lemon ginger blast. And I said, I am going to survive LA with this Omega juicer, 8006. It's a dope ass juicer, and I love it too. And it does a really, really good job, and it's $3.50, so $1.50 less. But you know, which one would I choose? I would choose the Green Star over this one for the extraction. It's actually a little bit easier to clean, to tell you the truth. Not that much. You might save 1 minute, 30 seconds. I don't mind cleaning the juicer. That isn't even something I consider because they all basically take the same amount of time. This thing too, this is the Breville Juice Fountain Plus. There's a Breville Juice Fountain Elite, which you saw at the beginning of the good old days in front of the RV. Now I just get the Breville Juice Fountain Plus. That's in case I want to make like a bunch of carrot juice, because you got to cut the carrots, or I want to make a bunch of cucumber juice real quick. You know what I'm saying? So in a pinch, I use this because it's quicker, because you don't have to cut. A lot of times you got to cut the bigger carrots to get them down in here. And you got to cut everything real small to get down in here as well. These two are the same size, the whole. Now this fat boy right here though, you can toss a whole apple right in there. And whole carrots and whole cucumbers. So that's a distinct advantage. So this is going to be a lot more quicker. It's going to take you 20 minutes to make the juice with this one, the same one, than it is going to take you 5 minutes to make with the Breville Juice Fountain Elite or the Juice Fountain Plus or a centrifugal juicer. The problem is that the juice quality is, number one, not as high. There's not as high as an extraction rate for the herbs especially. And number two, the rapid spinning puts a lot more oxygen into the juice, which creates a more rapid oxidation. So with these ones, you really need to drink them as quick as you can. With these ones, they are with the slow press or the single auger. This is a twin gear. This is a single auger. They are slower. So there's not a lot of oxygen being pumped in there. Then you fill the jar up to the top, you seal it off, and the vibration, the vitality, the gases, the minerals, they last a lot longer. This oxidizes things. But the thing is some people are not going to take 20 or 30 minutes like I do. I'll make 2 or 3 jars of juice at one time, put them in there and drink them throughout the day, and maybe one the next morning, and boom. Or I make tons of juice for my friends, but I make the super high quality juice because I do it for specific healing purposes. So this is like the juicer for healing. Same thing with this, super high quality. This one's just a better extraction for all of it. This one is very similar to the extraction rates, and it's also very useful. This one, not quite the extraction, but the speed and ease of use is very quick. And so, what is the best juicer? The best juicer is the one that you use every single day to supplement your diet and completely hydrate yourself, antioxidize yourself, energize yourself, and to use it for different healing protocols along the way. We all run into stuff, all kinds of stuff, and you can use different herbs, different fruits, different vegetables for different specific purposes, to really nourish certain glands, or to detoxify your joints, or to purify your blood, or just to add color and life to your skin. That's why I love beets. Beets are like internal makeup, but they're also great for the liver and the kidneys. And things like pomegranates, which of course you use this kind of juicer for the pomegranates, and I use this for the oranges and the grapefruits as well, and these all do those too. But so each juicer has a different frequency, a different gift. If I make orange juice in this, it's a little bit more foamy. If I make it in this, it's just the pure liquids. It's not breaking up the foam and making any kind of foam here. It's just pure liquids with that. And that's what I want. And other times I'll use this and I'll make orange, ginger, and turmeric or something like that. So there is no best juicer. The one that you pick up off your shelf or go to the closet, pull it out, and put it on the counter somewhere and move the goddamn toaster or the microwave or the coffee machine for that matter, move that crap out of the way and get the life, get the light, get the liquid light in your life. And do it every day and stay consistent. It doesn't matter what the rest of your diet is. I don't want to argue about anybody with that. Because if you drink the living liquids and you bring the divine consciousness of the organic vegetables into your diet every day through the supplementation of juicing, it will begin to guide your mind on its own. All you have to do is to drink the juice. Can you dig it? And then do whatever else you're going to do. But that's my encouragement to everyone, is I love juicing and it has transformed my life. I've seen all the negative arguments and stuff like that. I love fiber too, don't get me wrong, and I know what the fiber's for. But I also know what taking the fiber out is for as well, when you've got people that are weak or people that are sick, and you can saturate the heck out of somebody and clean them out real quick and get some real life force energy into the blood and into the mitochondria to start waking up and penetrating and bringing nutrients in and opening up the cell walls with living minerals that can only be found in the living foods that allow for permeability and removal or detoxification of the cells. So keep yourself clean by the most important thing in your health is a positive mental attitude. So have fun with all this. Make it an art. Have fun with your kids with it. Have fun with your wife with it. Whatever you do, have fun with the juicing. Have fun with your diet. Be happy. Be grateful. Here's the secret. Above and beyond diet, there's a secret. And anyone who gets this moves to the higher level. Okay? There's the food, there's the emotions, there's the mind. But up above the mind is the divine consciousness of eternity. Be aware of your eternal nature. Stay tuned into that. Always. Meditation is extremely helpful. You build neurons in your brain each time that you meditate. Every morning, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Become a champ and start meditating an hour every morning before the sun rises and before anybody else is even awake. Connect with the Most High in yourself. Stay in that space all day, every day. Whether you're cleaning the toilets, changing a diaper, picking up the trash, raking the leaves, or creating that PowerPoint presentation. Stay there. Stay. Oh. All the rest of the stuff is cool, man. Stay in your eternal nature. Whenever I start talking about stuff like that, the angels just come down and they make their presence. Oh. Yeah, bless you with health and life and light. It's so short. And so when you stay in contact and consciously remember your eternal nature, this divine awareness that's like about 10 inches above your head, it just harmonizes everything and it guides everything. And then you just have to listen and you have to have faith. You have to have faith, not in what I say or what I do. You have to have faith in what it tells you to do, and then you have to be strong enough to follow that. So learn to listen. Stay in tune. And then listen to the inner promptings and let it guide you on diet, lifestyle, relationships, work, your service to humanity. It'll guide you. I would say it loves you, but it is love itself. And it is the lightless light. And it illuminates the light and the dark. And it's amazing. And I am grateful for it. There's no words to describe it. It is. So thanks a lot for, everything and being who you are. If there's anything else I can do, I'll try my best. These things just kind of come out of nowhere. Everything's happening by itself. And I'm blessed, I'm really, really blessed. So thanks for being a part of this sharing and this journey. And then I do what I do, and then everything works out because of its greatness. I pray that you are just blessed with abundance and health and peace and love and awareness of your eternal nature. And that becomes your predominating consciousness in your life. And so when you make money, when you work your relationship, whatever you do, that it is blessed. And so it is. Amen.